these kids don't deserve to have you as fathers.
Love knows no boundaries. Imagine meeting the love of your life. But they had previously built a family with someone else. How do you blend your family?
Throwing the mom under the bus is a great way to build a relationship with a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. So I'm going to be a parent to a 15-year-old.
How your baby mamas treat me is what you allow.
These three families faced some tough lessons. But if you were in their shoes, how would you have acted? Gift and Kelvin's backlash was harsh because it not only affected them, but their children as well.
We met in 2012, then met again in 2013. And I saw what he's a nice guy. And I started now talking to him and going on dates with him and getting to know him. That's when I saw that this is my husband. This is the man of my dreams. Nowadays, it's rare to find someone who's going to be there genuinely and love you for who you are. I've even gained weight, but he still loves me.
I met him when he was petite, so
Blushing.
so kuyobona ukuthi ngindoda ondlayo ngiyayithenga icross. Gift is a blessing to me. He's my gift from God. We have this special bond. We share the same birthday, exactly 10 years apart. And we also got married on the same day. So that is something that is very special about us. Immediately when I realized that, I want to spend the rest of my life with him, the first thing I said, baby, I want us to also get married on the same day, just to seal our union. Basically, we are in a civil union, which means we are legally married under the Constitution of South Africa and the laws of our country. We have not paid lobola to each other, but we did something that is unique and special, just to ensure or to give comfort to our families that we were really ready to commit to each other. Both families set, that was our negotiations, and then they decided that they will give us tasks to do for each family. I had to renovate the bathroom of the grandmother, because he was raised there. But on my side, my mother was not really, because my mother was in love already, Gift. You wanted him to be my partner for life. And she said, no, I want anything from you because you have proven to me that you love my son and you love our family. So I think I'm giving you my blessing.
Oh, all these years, I was playing lobola. I was cooking for his mother. I was styling his mother. I was everything. Massage
parlor.
No,
of course,
it's like a plastic. And it's very important when you get married. Once good, plastic. Plastic, very important. So you can plastic. Yes, Mama Zala Tanda it was a plastic. So how we got married, we had our first matrimonial wedding, white wedding, in 2017. We got married at the beautiful venue in Vaal, Lord Signature Hotel.
Our matrimonial was on the boat, at the Vaal River. And
in 2021, we had our second wedding, which was our traditional wedding. So the reason why we had our traditional wedding and the reason why we did that wedding was because Kevin's kids were not in our first wedding. So when they came back into our lives, we felt that we needed to show them
the unity,
that aspect. And it was so nice because they were so excited planning the wedding, from the cake, from the decor and everything.
In same-sex marriage, there is a first spouse and the second spouse. Our constitution of our country allows us, whether you want a double or single. So we just decided that, let's just use one surname that is common to us, especially because I have kids already. So just to cut a lot of administration that is unnecessary, my husband then, joined my surname.
They instantly wanted lobola. Immediately when they found out, Oguti, I've changed my surname to him. They were like, mela kipi lobola manje. Abona manje sika chinchi sama surname, but I made them I made them understand and I, educated them in terms of our relationship. The way Sibona Akon.
What advantage and disadvantage of our age gap? It's more advantageous because I bring more wisdom, I bring more courage into a relationship. And he bring the young vibe, the jugu jugu and the jaga jaga, the energy that comes with, because sometimes like, baby, I don't want to go and say, and bona ukuthi yo phela umuntu omusha nga-10 years uzovela abona iy'ntanga zakhe laphaya bese ngathi hayi let me forget about umkhulu lele.
Actually, this was my first serious relationship.
Accepting sexuality, it's quite a complex and a journey for one. I always knew I had a feeling for guys, but I thought because I grew up in a Christian family, I thought that no, this is against our religion and why am I feeling like this? I really tried to date the girls, hoping that this thing will go away. The kids that I was, blessed with, which is my daughter and my son, they both were born during my teenage time, where as a teenager, obviously, trying to understand who you are. So I got my firstborn when I was 15 and my son when I was 17. I accepted myself as being gay. My first time having sex, she gave birth to my beautiful daughter. My parents said, now I'm a parent because I've impregnated this girl. I can't leave her. I have a kid. I'm supposed to live up to the responsibility of being a father. And that includes the mother as well. Then I was kind of obviously, presented with that situation to say that you have to take these people or her as your family. What I said to her about our breaking up, I was sorry that she was a part of my journey, and I've explained to her that I never even thought that I'll have children, but with God's plans, you'll never know. We were meant to have kids together, but I profusely apologized as well that I could not marry her. It was a very painful moment, but I had to break the silence to her and also release her so that she continued with her journey of life. She was very hurt, and which is justifiable. I did not come out to my kids because I was living my life as truthful as possible to everyone. So my kids knew and asked questions. Daddy, what's happening? Who's this? And then, I said, no, this is Daddy's boyfriend. When you tell kids the truth and you leave the truth in front of them, they tend to understand and say, because there's nothing that you're hiding.
When I met Kelvin, he told me, I think on our second date, that he's got 2 kids, and he told me the background story, how he got them. I wasn't taken aback by the fact that he had 2 kids who are older. For me, oh, this is interesting. So I'm going to be a parent to a 15-year-old. And when I met them, they accepted me wholeheartedly. So they made it easy for me as well. My thoughts, when I was made aware of the situation, I was like, am I cut up for this? Am I ready for this? And at the time, Kelvin was staying with his mother as well. So you can imagine the dynamic of now having to move from your home or your space, having to now be with a boyfriend who has 2 kids and a mother. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this, but yeah, let's see. And I enjoyed the journey. Yes, it had ups and downs, but yeah. What was the relationship with the mother of our kids, and how is it now? The relationship, it has been drama, but I think now we are growing up, sis badala, and we understand that I'm no longer the competition, because she felt I was the competition, and I am coming to destroy the relationship that they have.
After 20 years at least, we could say now we are really enjoying our co-parenting. I think we are now more matured, and I think she has also settled in her life. So we are now, very good friends. We go out together. We are just one big, lovely family. We have, family lunch and dinners, and then they would go back. And now I think we are more wiser and understanding as well to say that life does not always present itself the way you want. Only God has plans for us, and then we must embrace that. But at that time, it's not easy.
The backlash that we've been getting as raising kids as a same-sex couple It hasn't been easy, especially on social media. We even stopped posting our kids because when we post, people would say, I got pregnant and these kids don't deserve to have you as fathers. It even went to a point where my son's friends would even judge him for having gay dads. It even went to a point where he had to change friends because of that. Sometimes even in relationships, he can't even become honest to say, I've got 2 gay dads, and also he has to hide it up until, he gets comfortable with that relationship. It's been a challenge.
Gift and Kelvin face daily challenges, but their love for their children keeps them strong. Meet Dylan and Faith, a couple who found love online on a church dating site and are raising Faith's daughter together.
This is my first interracial, intercultural relationship. I've never been in a relationship before.
This is my first interracial relationship. I've never dated outside my race before. So it was weird being this Asian guy. My parents were like, okay, where did he come from?
Yeah.
We met on a dating site. So this
Yes.
dating site was very specific because it was for members of our church.
The biggest challenge was because we met online. They're like, yeah, I have old Asian parents. They're a little bit traditional. So when I said I met this person online, the first thing they were like, are you being scammed? I'm like, you're not sending this girl money, are you?
My challenge with telling my parents is my parents are very traditional also. And I had a child, I'm Orthodox, and my dad is the bishop. I feel like when I told my mother, I didn't tell her that he's Asian. I told her that there's a guy that wants to come, and she kept ignoring me. To the point where the day that he was landing, he's coming with his parents. This person is coming to my house, and I didn't know what to do. I was scared. And they go in, and he suddenly stops texting me. And I'm like, they're dead. They are dead. She's burying them in the backyard. Dead. So then I come back, and when I get in, people are laughing.
We met on a dating profile, so it said that she had a daughter. Actually, one of the first things I asked was, I want to see what your daughter, because I love, kids. I have the maturity of a 5-year-old. As soon as I saw the picture, that's like the cutest baby I've ever seen. And then whenever we would FaceTime, she would show, and she wouldn't want to look at me. And then when I met in person, I was like, oh, come, let me give you a hug, or here's some treats. I was like trying to bribe her for love. And then she would be like, no. Throwing the mom under the bus is a great way to build a relationship with a daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, what's Lucolo doing? Is she? And she'll be like, yeah, she yelled at me.
When I had her, the first thing I thought of doing was going back home, and my mother didn't talk to me for 6 months. But the moment she was born, my mother took us to because I gave birth at the clinic. She was there. She gave her first bath because she was this tiny. She was 2.7. She was very tiny. My mother was there the whole time. My dad, they would say, Bishop Nama Pampas. That's how people would refer to my dad, because when my dad got money, the first thing he thought of getting Pampas, you can't be busy. You can't do it. What I would like for her to take away from how the outside world views our relationship, I feel like the lesson there is not everyone's gonna like you for who you are, but that shouldn't stop you from being who you are. I feel like when I grew up, I was a very tall girl. Everything was hard, even dating was hard, because every guy was like this tall, and I was this tall. I didn't have confidence that much. You should stand tall, no matter how tall you are amongst other people. It shouldn't dim your shine. How other people view you does not matter, because we do get a lot of stares. South African people, they will show you that they are staring at you. They will not do it like, they will stare. So that doesn't bother us at all. And I feel like it doesn't bother her at all, because she's very excited to show whoever her friends are, the teacher, because he went to fetch a report the other day. So I feel like what the world views you as shouldn't be what determines what you are.
I am actually afraid, because we're planning on both of them moving to the US. I don't want them to lose their language, their culture. I'm trying to learn. because I would want them to speak. We did, because when we got married, talk about giving her middle name. And in Hawaii, it's very, very tradition to have long Hawaiian middle names. It would be Pilia Nai Ke Aloha. It's actually a wedding tradition. It means the love that binds. I knew that I wanted to marry Ugoa from, it was like a week, 2 weeks. And instead of running away, she stayed. Yes. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm getting married. The feeling I had when I was with her, when I would talk to her, I would treasure the moments when I was about to go to sleep and she was just waking up, and we would get to talk, and just those little bits. Those are the best moments of my entire life. Honestly, when I got to say, I love you, and she's like, I love you too. And I would be like, what? I guess we love each other. I don't know. I've never had this. What do we do now? And she says, we be in love. We do this together. And she said, it doesn't matter as long as I'm with you. And that's when I was like, yeah, she's the one.
I think I knew I wanted to be married to him. I think very early stages too. He loved reading. I feel like it was just a match for me. It was like, I found my person.
Oh, I remember one really good part. I was telling her, it's like, I've been on fire twice. And she was like, I got caught fire too, but it burned my hair.
Embarrass me. Go on, embarrass me.
To save me from embarrassment, can you talk about
So he
it?
hasn't paid lobola yet because of the legal procedure, because of the spousal visa. We had to get married like as fast as we can. And then my mother did suggest Guti, he's gonna go and Kokota when everything has settled down. Because my grandfathers are waiting for him.
Yes.
We did inform them that we're gonna have a marriage, this is how things are gonna go. And they were very fine with it, they're very understanding. So they're just waiting for him.
Yes.
They're gonna butcher him when he gets there.
Yes, I am prepared for that. But it's funny, in Polynesian culture, they have the same, it's the same thing. And it's the same thing, it's cows. So it's weird how on two opposite sides of the world it's. So when she told me about it, I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is.
It was sort of like a white wedding, but we changed into our traditional outfits, and he was very excited for that, obviously.
But it's cool because both of my nieces, they do hula, like the Hawaiian hula dance. So they got to perform at the wedding, which they really wanted to do. But I just want to say, when I'm in South Africa, and there's like a guy, and the guy's just talking to me, and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? And it's like, oh, I'm here to see my wife. And he's like, wife? It's South African. And I'll be like, yeah. It's like, what is she? And he's like, yeah, she's black. And she's like, yo,
Yeah, but I feel like it's just the stares. Nobody has actually done or said anything mean to us. It's always like, So it's just weird people looking at you all the time. Whether you're in a shop just trying to shop for sneakers or groceries, and people are like.
It also is the fact that I'm shorter, because I think that comes with its own set of stigmas.
But being with him, every cashier smiles.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, okay, give me your card. Even if it declines, try again. I think we've had a few on my TikTok. It's not like negative comments. It would just be like offensive comments.
Oh.
Like I've had a comment where I posted a video and someone was just like, oh, sushi girl. And I was like, I don't even like sushi. And another one, which I didn't, it was not offensive, it was funny. Someone said, oh, girl, when an estufusa, Dragon City was Stufusa. And I was like, oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's funny, but no. But I don't think we've had any negative comments. But I don't even like try to delete them. I just like every comment on my page.
Yeah, if I were to talk to somebody in a interracial relationship that was scared, I would say to embrace the difference. Embrace the fact that you are doing something that other people are too afraid to do. Because to me, it only brings the world closer.
Faith and Dylan show how love can unite families, while Pastor Bule and Queen Rami had to overcome baby mama drama and life's tough lessons.
Yeah, I was in a relationship when he sent that message, and when I responded and he spoke about flexibility, that's when I was like, this can be for me. The reason why I didn't want a pastor is because as a pastor's wife, there are just a lot of expectations. I was not ready to find myself changing who I am in order to fit into his world. I was in Limpopo, he was in Gauteng, so I was not considering relocating for love. I can relocate for money and work, but love, eh? After 3 months, that's when I made up my mind and left the ex. We have an age gap, so I wanted to verify, isn't he married? And I even came later in the day, so for a married man, it was not gonna work. So when I saw him, honestly, I was like, this is mine. Ke stoko saka.
Loan, she loves herself. I'm telling you. She even teased me and said, when you are being left behind. But me, I'm fine with being simple as long as she shines. Yeah, she represents me.
For me, I think the age gap, it's not that huge, but my level of thinking, I'm like, and then Habi's relaxed. He's a man of the house. He knows his place, but it gets to a place where, as a young wife, I'm like, hey, Araparidi short. Let's wear shorts, let's be. And then he had to adjust to that because he's a pastor, he's used to the formal side of life. Also looking at the fact that he was once married before, I didn't want to feel like I'm a shadow of somebody. So I had to bring him to my level to say, baby, life is too short, life is good, let's have fun.
I'm a little bit slow. Man, we are logic. Yeah, sometimes I feel that her being fast, hey, for me, I'm gonna trip. But to a certain level, it works for us because the other one is like this, the other one is like, so we balance each other. The first process, we call it courtship, whereby you get to know each other like you're dating. And then after that, we pay lobola, we engaged, but we have never done the white part of wedding.
I think we only took a year. We met in Jan, and then December he married me. I said, he mustn't test me. I'm not a camp.
To be a divorcee, it doesn't have any bad effect per se. If you understand that I went through what I went through, I've paid my dues, I learned something, that empowered me to master where I'm going.
I love what he's saying because being a divorcee, being a widow, being HIV, whatever the case, it does not define who you are. Apart from the stigmas that society gives us, there is still a human being. Imagine if we had to write off all divorcees that after you divorce, you can't marry again. He put it down on the table for me to know that, Queen, you're going to be dealing with somebody who was once married. Queen, you're dealing with somebody who has children.
From that situation, I've learned to become a better person.
The fact that from the beginning, he laid it down. I've got kids. I've got this type of a relationship with them. This is what you are blending yourself into. So he gave me a choice to know, oh, there are kids this age and that. I blended myself well. I made mistakes where I wanted to be Mother Christmas. When you're a stepmom, you just want to fix everything. But then I learned from them and I said to my husband, lead the way. How your baby mamas treat me is what you allow. I don't think, and I say this with all humility, don't come for me, I don't have parents. There is no baby mama who can disrespect a wife while the husband is there. He is the one who needs to protect me. So I blended well with these children. After my mistakes, I took a step back, and now I'm a happy stepmom. Also, there were fears, Not every woman wants a man who has children, and vice versa. Not every man wants a woman who has kids. So I think there was a level of also fear. How will she take the fact that I'm a divorcee? How will she take the fact that I've got children and it didn't work out with their baby mamas? You can take it from them, Mala.
For me, the rule is be clear that this is the situation, this is what I'm dealing with. We don't have any issues. She doesn't have any issues. In fact, she loves the children.
Kids for me were not a deal breaker. A deal breaker is a man who will go and cheat. A deal breaker for me is a man who will abuse me. Those are deal breakers, character traits. But him having children is not a mistake. That was his life purpose. Him coming from the family that he comes into. Those are things that I cannot change. But character is what will stand out.
I don't do things behind her back. If I want to send money or I want to do something, I speak to her and then she'll say, oh, you go ahead. I don't go around.
And I think that's very profound, my love. I think we need to get to a level where times have changed. Baby mama drama, those things, I think they are now losing. People are co-parenting in healthy relationships. Exes are no longer bitter. Some wives have good intentions, you know. They want their father and their children to blend well, to have a relationship. Even apart from money, fighting, it only affects the children.
As she says, my queen, sometimes she will ask me, hey, when have you spoken to your daughter or your son? She pushes me to that level that, hey, be responsible.
I grew up without a father. There is no way I can say my husband must not be a part of his children's life. I know that pain. I have to push him, even if he's rejected or even if he's not having enough money to send them. But a relationship can never be based on finances.